When Sidney Powell accepted her plea deal and pleaded guilty to 6 misdemeanor counts on Thursday, a lot of us were surprised, right? I mean, to say the least. I think surprised is a bit of an understatement. But we didn't see it coming. But you know who else, according to reports, didn't see it coming? Donald Trump and his legal team. According to Maggie Haberman, writer, of course, with the New York Times that has basically had to follow Trump around for the last 8 years, she reported that Donald Trump and his team were, quote, blindsided by Sidney Powell's decision to take a deal and, of course, agree to flip where flipping is required of her. That is what the agreeing to testify truthfully, honestly, without any legal restrictions, no pleading the fifth. That's what that means. Like flip when flipping is necessary. But here is what Haberman had to say on CNN after this whole thing was announced. They're still trying to figure out what it means. There are some people in his world who are telling me they don't think this is that big of a deal for him. They think her ability to actually really testify is marginal. They're arguing that this shows that the DA, Fani Willis, overcharged in this case. There's concern about the degree to which Powell could offer information, not just about former President Trump, but about former Trump lawyer and New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. That's really where the bulk of his mind share is. There's nobody in Trump world who is pretending this is a good development. They're just split on what exactly it means. So some of Trump's people think, not a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal, but it's not that big of a deal. And apparently others like, no, this is, we're in trouble and we don't know how to respond. We don't know how to react. Now, as I said the other day when we talked about this story initially, Trump's defense was going to be to basically throw Sidney Powell under the bus. That is what we have heard from some of his former lawyers who have been out there talking to the media. Tim Parlatore is one of them. They're going to try to argue that Sidney Powell was the lunatic. She was the crazy one who came up with these plans. We went along with them. You're going to have a hard time reconciling those two facts, by the way. But that was going to be their argument, right? Yeah, she's a nut. But you listen to the person you're saying is a nut. So that's not a stellar legal defense. In fact, that's not even a legal defense at all. So go with that if you want, but Sidney Powell saw the writing on the wall. She knew she wasn't going to beat this. She knew that she was looking at a minimum, considering the charges against her, of 5 years in prison. So why not take the deal? When you know that everybody else is already gunning for you, taking that deal was the smartest thing. She doesn't have to go to jail. She pays a few $1,000s in fines and restitution, has to write an apology letter to the state, but she doesn't go to jail. And Sidney Powell was at the heart of all of this, right? She was the one in that little press conference at the Four Seasons Total Landscaping where Giuliani's hair was melting down his head. She was there. She was present at the Oval Office meetings. She has information that leads directly to Donald Trump. But let's talk for a second about that Rudy Giuliani angle, right? Because her and Giuliani for the longest time were joined at the hip. They were the two people out of all of Trump's lawyers, because he had several of them telling him, don't do this, you can't do it. Powell and Giuliani were telling him together, you can do it, and we'll do it for you. So here's what this could happen. Instead of just flipping on Donald Trump, Powell could be asked, because they can go take her, interview her, get her statements, and she could end up giving up all the dirt on Rudy Giuliani. They may not even go the Trump path with her. They may try to get all the dirt on Giuliani, then approach Giuliani and say, hey, bud, we got a whole list of things here. Ain't no way you're getting out of these charges. How about you make a deal with us? We know you don't have money, right? You can't keep paying your lawyers. We'll make it real cheap for you. We'll make it so you never step foot inside of a prison. But you got to give us the goods because we got the goods on you. Now we need to know what you know about Trump. So Powell could be the key to cracking Rudy Giuliani. So lots of different possibilities here, but each and every one of them really horrible for Donald Trump. And that, of course, is why they say they were blindsided by this decision by Powell. Hey, everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low, low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.